It's your job as the leader to create culture. And most people don't even know what culture means. Most people think that culture is having a ping pong table or maybe doing the occasional happy hour in your business. And sure, those things are great. If those things work for you, fantastic. But true culture is you injecting every single day what your core values are. And for us, our core values are really simple. There's 6 of them. We have inspiration, discipline, accountability, transparency, alignment, and results. And you're gonna see that this daily Alt-team meeting is all 6 of those core values. We create inspiration through the energy. Like, the meeting is electric. Pay attention to the chat, watch the chat. I'm not doing this, mind you. Like, think about you and your business. I'm not the one inserting in the chat how awesome things are. This is a cultural event that takes place not once a week, not once a month, not once a quarter. It literally takes place every single day, besides on Saturdays and Sundays. But Monday through Friday, our team knows, hey, this is how we start the day. It's this cultural moment. So that's inspiration. Discipline. We talk about numbers. Like, hey, we said that we had this target. This is what we actually did. You're gonna notice that targets are actually talked about. Hey, we had 5 clients move forward and our target was 6. So our conversion is at whatever that number is, 80%, 85%. You're gonna hear that because discipline, like us saying, hey, we set a target and how are we actually doing to that target moves people closer. And what you might be doing wrong in your business is you're not even clear on targets. It's just like everybody is doing this stuff. And instead of you doing stuff or organizing stuff, how do you just say, hey man, this is what the big win looks like for us. If we could get 15 clients this month to move forward with us, that would be a win. So every single day we're gonna talk about, yesterday we got 1 customer. Yesterday 1 person moved forward with us. All of a sudden, everyone's gonna be like, okay, how do I get the 2nd person? And how do I get the 3rd person? Because you're celebrating and your attention as the leader is on moving the targets forward. So that's discipline. Accountability, we're accountable. We're all in this call accountable for the success of our clients. So you're gonna hear about these wins that we have with our clients. Every day, our team members are looking for wins that our clients have. Because what you might not be thinking with, and this was a hard lesson for me to learn, your team has other problems and they could give 2 shits most of the time about your problems. That's just the reality. They might have had their car get flooded. We just had a big, I don't even know what it's called. It's not a natural disaster. We just had a lot of rain happen in Florida and we had team members whose cars and homes literally got flooded. Their attention, do you think is on getting the 15 clients? Or do you think their attention is totally on to, man, there's my car and how am I gonna talk to the insurance company and now I'm on hold. They're dealing with all of this other stuff, but you're dependent on them as the business owner to help them or to have them help you move your goals forward. And yet their attention is somewhere else. They're not even thinking with your problems. They're thinking about their problems. And you still need them to help you with your problems. So this call is like, hey, guess what, everybody? This is what we're doing. It gets everybody's attention. It forces their attention. We also do this other really cool thing. You're gonna see this wheel. This wheel ensures that everybody's actually on the call because everybody's name in the whole company is on this wheel. And it randomly spins. And then it's gonna land on JC. And JC is gonna be like, great, this is what I learned in Carver University yesterday. And then he's gonna have to role play with our head of sales about what he learned and about whatever offer or target we have right now. So we have this massive boot camp that's coming up. If you haven't been to one of our boot camps, you should go to our boot camps. Our team's gonna put the link in this video, just like right here, so that you can get access to this boot camp because you do not wanna miss this event. It's one of our most flagship, important money mindset, sales, operations people. It's incredible. But we have a target for boot camp. And so what you're gonna have happen is the salesperson is gonna role play, hey, we have this offer for the boot camp, and they're gonna test JC. JC, do you know how much the price of the boot camp is? Do you know how much the VIP ticket is? Do you know what the dates of the boot camp are? We're getting our team familiar with, these are the targets of the organization. So that's accountability. Next up is transparency. We're super transparent. We're telling you when we're off with targets. We're telling you when we're off with initiatives. We're telling you where things are not going super well because this is the team of people that is specifically responsible for helping, which means everybody is responsible for helping. The next one is aligned. What could be creating more alignment than everybody on the same page about what the target is and where we're actually at? Ultimate alignment from every single department. Hey, our cash collection percentage is down. Hey, we're off target here. hey, our conversion over here is down. It's like marketing's been pulled in, sales is pulled in, accounting is pulled in, fulfillment's pulled in. Everybody is able to help because they actually are hearing the real numbers. We're getting aligned. We're clear on what we're doing. And the last is results. Results is probably my favorite core value. At the end of the day, all of the rah-rah and the culture and the fun stuff, again, the chat's gonna be wild. That's fantastic and we want that. But if we're not getting results and we're not helping more people and we're not able to move towards our goals, we're doing something wrong. So you're gonna see a lot of this, but I think it's really important to also remember all of that's happening every single day and we manage to do it in 15 minutes, 5 minutes. Now, one of the most pervasive questions I get asked is how on earth do you do a meeting with everybody in your company for 15 minutes and go through wins and successes with every department? Well, I'm gonna show you. But on the back end of this, what you might not see is all of the editing that I do. So let's say we start to creep up and we start to do a 17-minute meeting. And for a few days on end, we're doing 17-minute meetings. And then all of a sudden it creeps up to 18. As soon as we're going over that 15-minute mark, I look at the structure, I pay attention to who's talking, and I'm like, okay, this needs to be shortened. And I give that leader the feedback. This probably needs to be entirely cut out. I've removed departments from this meeting that didn't need to present any longer because it wasn't keeping everybody's attention on the main thing. And so that's another like back end thing you're just not gonna see, but that's how you keep this meeting 15 minutes is you say, hey, this meeting should be 15 minutes. And you're gonna watch how quickly each department goes through their wins, goes through their successes, talks about what happened the day before, and it runs like clockwork. Right now, we're actually below 15 minutes. I think we're trending at about 13 and a half, which is perfect. We could maybe add another department to this, but I'm good with it being at 13 and a half because it's been the right cadence for us for quite some time now. This meeting is about to start, and one thing I want to point out to you that I have found to be incredibly helpful in hosting these meetings for over 3 years now is I actually look at our team. It's easy when you're on a call and you are responsible for something, but you don't really take full responsibility to just like do your part and then let everybody else do their part. And at the end of the day, what's funny is sometimes you could actually see something on this call that would have helped you be ahead of an issue if you would have paid attention. And so I actually have a pretty good track record with this. I watch our team on this call. I kick off the call, I end the call, but in between, I get to have like this momentary touch point with every one of our employees. And I can see who's on their phone, who's on their email. I can see, well, I don't know if they're on their email, if they're on their phone, but the intention of this isn't that they're working. To me, they should be paying attention to the call. They should be contributing to the culture. And so I look at everybody's engagement. And if day after day I'm seeing somebody who's disengaged, who just like, they seem like something's off or wrong, I'm just gonna reach out to that person and say like, hey, how are you doing? Like I'm touching base with them. Because when you actually pay attention and you actually touch base with somebody, you can uncover issues. You can uncover maybe they're having a personal issue. And your team members having personal issues can impact their ability to show up for work every day. I know when I have a personal issue, of course I'm distracted at work. Of course I'm not paying attention and I'm not on my game in the same way. My team needs to know when they can count on me versus when like, hey, there's this other thing, my house got flooded. It didn't actually get flooded, but we did have team members who had that happen. And so when you're paying attention, you're gonna be able to see who's disengaged. How do you create engagement? How do you make sure that they know that you know that they're disengaged? And so what are we gonna do to change that? You also are gonna be able to start coaching them on, okay, this is how, if they don't know that they're supposed to show up in an engaged manner, this is how you show up to these calls. You're gonna be a future leader. I want you to be presenting this. Are you prepared to present it if I'm not able to be there? And if they're like, oh my gosh, that would freak me out, that would be the worst thing. And if they think that they have to present, they're gonna be on their game. Be like, okay, I got this. They might be a little bit nervous, because imagine speaking in front of 180 people every single morning. If you're not used to it, it's probably gonna make you pretty nervous. But you have to start paying attention so that you can be developing and coaching your team members for these opportunities, because you shouldn't be running this call every day. Sure, I say maybe 15 seconds of things on the front end, and I maybe say 30 seconds of things on the back end, but everything else in between and the chat, none of that is me. That's how you create scale. You have people who are responsible for their departments, for their metrics, driving your business forward. And that's probably why you started your business. You weren't interested in being the person that every single day had to just push this rock up a hill all by yourself. You wanted other people to help you and for them to see how man, by us having more people, we can make this thing go faster. Maybe it can be a bigger rock and we can go higher and go further together.